One thing about modern women is they can be pretty tricky. You have the ones who are just flat out 100% honest about their feminist ways, and then you have the ones who pretend to be different from them, but they're still feminists too. I always say the ones who tell you exactly who they are, although they are destructive, at least they mark themselves and everyone knows not to deal with them. So men who will continue to deal with people like that, well, those men, they will suffer the consequences for that decision. But the real dangerous ones are the chameleons. The chameleons are the ones who are the modern women, but they will try to convince you that they are not. So today I have another lesson in Chameleonese 101. Before we get into this lesson, I want to thank the day one supporters of this platform, and I also want to acknowledge the new subscribers as well. If you're new, let me know in the comments. Include new subscriber in your comment and I'm going to try my best to respond to you. So if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. So let's go ahead and get into it. 29-year-old woman, she's telling women to hold on to good men.
I can't be the only one with this kind of story. About 2 years ago, I was in a relationship with a man, and he was about 40. I was about, 25, 27, something like that.
Look at her, lying right out the gate. It was 2 years ago, she was 25 or 27, and the man was 40. Why is she lying about that? I'll tell you later. Let's continue.
But he was willing to invest in me physically, financially, emotionally, religiously, like all aspects. He wanted to make me a better woman for him. Well, he boosted my self-esteem and my well-being so much that I thought that I could do better than him.
Right. Just like a modern woman, they could be living on Section 8 but still think they're better than Pookie living with his mama. Or they could be in college with absolutely nothing but still believe they're on a higher level than a guy that recently graduated with an entry-level position. Or get this, they can be a college graduate with 2 to 3 degrees, making $70,000 per year with $100,000 of student loan debt, but still look down on a man with a trade making $70,000 and $100,000 per year without any debt. Don't take this the wrong way, but modern women got way too much pride and arrogance. And as a woman, you're supposed to know how to balance confidence and humility. But nope, not these kind of women. They allow the media, their friends, and even the simps out there to gas them up to the point where they really start believing they're more valuable than they really are. No different from people like Shekinah Joe, running around saying all women are 10s. The crazy thing is they really believe the lies people tell them. This is why a man could pull her up out of the slums and then she turn around and start thinking she's better than the man who upgraded her. Like, where they do that at?
And now fast forward, I am now post dealing with a narcissist. I now understand that not all men have your best intention at heart. Not all men will invest in you, and not all men will uplift you.
And I don't know who taught them that word, narcissist, but they seem to bring it up every time they get a chance. Please give them people their word back. She's trying to call somebody else a narc, but she's the one who's obviously the narc. So hey, if he's one too, maybe that's why y'all attracted each other. But now she had a bad experience with the guy, so she's saying she has more appreciation for the guy she had before. Hey, maybe she met the new guy for a reason, just so she could pay for the damage that she caused to the other guy.
When you get the opportunity to date such a man, do not let it go.
And that right there, that's a good lesson for younger women. Because these women, they've inflated their value. They believe they can always get better, and there's always going to be a bunch of men that's willing to be with them. They could have 4 kids and 3 baby daddies and still believe they hold the same value as a woman with no kids. They believe this. And yeah, as a woman, you can get a lot of attention, but what's the quality? Are you going to be like Ayesha Curry and focus on quantity over quality? Because that is a big mistake. And for men and women, there are some good people out here, but especially for women. You may run across one in a lifetime. You'll be lucky to see 2. And that's something that our grandmothers, our great-grands, and our great-great-grandmothers, that's something they understood. So you didn't have them running around out here playing the field, always playing games, climbing the ladder to get better. So after that video right there, she had a lot of people commenting, a lot of men telling her, well, that's what you get. You did this to yourself for messing over the type of guy that you say you want. You had him and you didn't appreciate him. And then you had some other guys out there who praised her for acknowledging her mistake. The ones who want to give the women the benefit of the doubt, even when they tell you exactly who they are. And they believe they can somehow change her and reform her. Well, when I saw this video, I knew she hadn't changed. I knew she was the same person. She had watched a few videos, learned a few things, and then thought she could really change things around. At the end of the day, you can say what you want, but it's really all about action. And if you're especially a young woman with real action, then you should have absolutely no problem. The problem is, it's not real. And whenever she has to prove it to a man, she's failing because she's still that same woman from 2 years ago. So she came back and responded. Take a look.
So yesterday, my post got a lot of likes, comments, and subscribers. So thank you for that. But I just kind of want to hit on that topic again. Basically, I fumbled a bag. I fumbled a bag with a man who was willing to invest in me, with a man who was willing to do everything right by his woman. Yes, I was 27 and he was more like 38. I mean, it wasn't that big of an age difference.
Exactly. She was lying in the original video. She was saying she was 25 or 27 and he was 40. So what she was trying to do there in the original video was gain sympathy from people by making it seem like she was a young woman and the guy was just way too old, which had a lot of people making crazy comments, calling him creepy and stuff. Which I also didn't understand either. There's nothing wrong with a 27-year-old woman being with a 40-year-old man, but she only said that in order to make it seem like she was just this young woman who made this mistake with this old guy who was too old to be talking to her. That was a narrative she was trying to create. But in reality, she was 27 and he was 38, even shorter gap in age. And she was also old enough to know better. But hey, I digress.
But the purpose of that video was just to help women realize that when you have someone in your corner that is willing to invest in you and willing to love you the way that they're supposed to, do not think that that is normal. That is a blessing. And from the comments, I think we as women need to work on ourselves because there was too many hurt men in my comments. But I'm here to let everybody know that I learned my lesson and I will not fumble another bag.
Right, the whole video was about fumbling the bag, equating men to a bag, talking about hurt dudes in her comments. Now, is she remorseful for treating him wrong and stepping on him, although he was doing everything that she wanted? Or is she sad about losing out on his money? Because all I kept hearing was she fumbled the bag. The real lesson here is that women like this think they can use faux femininity and conditional femininity to get a bag. It's all a trick, it's all a game, it's not authentic. This woman is still a modern woman. She is still a feminist. She hadn't learned anything. And that's what they do. They treat good people bad and bad people good. Real traditional women, they're not out here talking about fumbling bags or calling men narcs. They're not trying to cut femininity on and off based on how much a man makes. They do not complain about being submissive and understanding structure and order because it's instilled in them. And all this woman right here is trying to tell women is, when you have a man with money who's willing to give it to you, make sure you turn your femininity on for as long as you can until you secure the bag, aka get a ring. I know we heard a lot of chameleon babble here today, but that's what she was trying to say right there. I want to give a shout out to Bulletproof, Fire Guy, Darian, and Dark Power. Thank you all for supporting this platform. Want to see more content like this? You can support as well. The link to the Cash App is below in the description. Ladies, fellas, want a balance analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.